Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, the time is starting to approach where I'm going to have to think about the bases on these Space Wolves, and I want to have a chat about that, and hopefully I'd like to get some feedback from you, please, if possible. Now, bearing in mind that I made this unit, or this army, a long time ago, and I have always had plans. The colour scheme that you see now was always planned right from when I made the army 10 years ago. That did include the bases as well. Now, my gaming board, as you probably already know, is basically it's black and it's dry brushed grey, which is basically the dead desert world of the Necrons. Now, I do have another set of terrain, and that's my Cities of Death terrain, which, as I'm going to use it on the same board, I did the same sand around it, and I was going to use exactly the same for my Space Wolves as well. So I was going to use the Cities of Death themed board for my Space Wolves. So I was going to basically put some debris and rubble and stuff on the bases, but still paint them black and then grey. Now, I've already finished my actual Fenrisian wolves, so let me show you one of those. This is what I painted a good number of years ago, but you can see that the base basically is what I've done. It is exactly like I've just explained, of course. Bit of rubble on this one, and when I made the bases, as I said, I had that sort of stipulation in mind because I wanted to make it match my board. In reality, it probably isn't that great because the wolves are fairly dark anyway, but I'm figuring I could easily change that up by just basically putting some snow on the base as well, and I think that will just bring out the bases with some snow on. Now, I know it's a 13th company, arguably they're locked in the Eye of Terror, they're not on a snow planet, but let's just, for argument's sake, say that in actual fact, when the 13th company, the Eye of Terror Codex came out, they were unlocked from the Eye of Terror. They'd come back out, and arguably they could have gone to the home world, and it could be snowing. So, I could get away with it fluff-wise. So that's my thoughts. Well, that's my original plan. Of course, things have slightly changed now because we've got the new, bigger sized bases, the 32mm bases. Now, I've always said that I think I want to stick with these bases, the 25mm, because it's the bases that the models came with, which on page 9 of the big rulebook says that you can put them on the bases that they come with, or anything bigger, just not smaller. So I could get away with that, no problem. It would make the army look a little bit more old school, and let's face it, it is an old school army. But I'm thinking I've put so much effort into painting these, and obviously they're not finished yet. I'm just about to do the grey armour, but I put so much effort into painting these that it almost seems a shame just to stick some sand on the base, dry brush it grey with a few rocks. So I'm now thinking of maybe rebasing these bad boys, and as I'm rebasing them, maybe I should rebase them with 32mm bases. I've been having a look on eBay, and there's a company that I got my Aldar Flyer base from. They do a set of bases called the Urban Rubble set. And funny enough, I don't know if you remember, but when I ordered the Aldar Flyer base, they sent me the wrong one. And funnily enough, they sent me a Urban Rubble base. So this is it. I've had a look. They do some 32mm bases with this style. So arguably, I am thinking about getting some bases. They're not too costly. I think they're £5 for 10, which I thought was reasonable. And they would have the advantage that they have this well, almost like what I suppose you could say a cork type base on the top, so it will actually raise the minis up. I think it will make them look a little bit better, but if I do that, I've got a slight issue with my wolves. because they're all finished. I've got 30 of these, and they are the slaughter foam. Not slaughter foam, but they're the slaughter bases. Now I could probably just get the pliers and cut them off, break them off the bases effectively, and then maybe get some like motorbike bases, which probably would suit the wolves better anyway. Or possibly even some round bases, I'm not sure, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or do I just leave the bases that I've already done on the wolves? I mean, painting wise for these, I'll probably still go with a grey, like stone colour, but weathered up a bit, just so that it matches my board. But I'm not 100% sure what to do, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think I'm really looking for some feedback. So shall I leave them as they are, keep them old school, paint them to match my wolves and my Cities of Death terrain, and put a bit of snow on there, job done? Or do I rebase them? And if I rebase them, should I rebase them 32mm size? I think if I'm going to rebase them, I probably will. But yeah, like I said, I'm not really sure what to do, so I'm really looking for some feedback. Appreciate your comments, your ideas. Let me know in the comments below, and I look forward to reading them and hopefully making a decision on what to do with the bases. Right, that's it from me. Thanks for watching.